Well, a snowy Monday, and you're recovering.
No,
I see.
no, 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 no.
Fans.
It's a rainy Monday. What are you talking about? I got pouring rain. What do you got?
Oh, we got at least 5 inches of snow. It's been snowing
Get
since
out of
8
here.
a.m. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not showing any signs. It's like the song, it shows no signs of stopping. Yeah, it shows no signs of stopping.
Well, you look like you've actually done a little shot. Like you look like you look kind of fatigued, bro. You got the gray.
I did.
Great
got
t-shirt
a little
on.
workout in. Got a little workout in. But I want to do something on this Monday. I'm gonna say a couple names, and I want to see where your head is at. Okay, you ready for this?
Always ready for this.
Okay, good. So here you go. These are just some random names.
Some random names out of nowhere.
Steve Kristoff.
Steve Kristoff.
Steve Janaszak. Eric Strobel. Phil Vercoda. Any of those names ring a bell to you?
Phil Vercoda. Yeah, Vercoda. I mean, first of all, you're rattling off. Honestly, I think the second tier of the Miracle on Ice 1980 U.S. Lake Placid gold medal winning hockey team. How about?
That's a great job. That's a great job.
How about a Jack O'Callahan? How about a Michael Luzioni? How about a Buzz Schneider?
How
about a Jimmy Craig? How about a Jimmy Craig?
But if I had led with those, that's you would have been
okay.
You would have done this to me. You would have been like
Steve Kristoff.
So I gave you
yeah.
Right. I gave you some of the second tier guys on that team. I gave you the backup goalie is what I did.
How about a Kenny Morrow going from the maybe the greatest upset of all sports, by the way, commercial break, folks. What is the greatest upset all time in sports? But the greatest sporting event, arguably, I think of my lifetime. And granted, I was a starstruck 14-year-old kid at the time, 13-year-old kid. But Kenny Morrow goes from winning the gold medal in Lake Placid to stepping onto the Islanders team late in the season and going to win a Stanley Cup. I mean, what do you do as a 20-year-old at that point? You got nothing left to live for.
And he had a workman-like
yes, he did.
NHL. See what I did there?
He did.
Workman-like NHL career.
He brought the lunch pail. You weren't going to pull him out of a lineup. He was early to the beard, which a lot of people are rocking these days. But all right, that U.S. Olympic hockey team. I know I've talked about this movie, folks. Go watch Miracle. If you need a good cry, go watch Miracle. And God forbid, don't go watch it on a flight if you get back on an airplane anytime soon, because I caught that on a transcontinental flight somewhere, and I had a couple beers in me, and I get more emotional on flights and a couple beverages, and I decided to pay-per-view or whatever you do on a plane. Miracle, and I was weeping. I mean, that is a great movie. Sorry.
So it might have been the altitude. So here you go. Kurt Russell roles. Herb Brooks, Snake Plissken, or Wyatt Earp. Where are you going with Kurt? My wife she just said from the downtown, Snake Plissken. I agree, by the way. I think Snake Plissken.
You know what? The problem with the Snake was he wore like leggings and they're tight. Like it was uncomfortable for me to see Kurt like that. I liked him in one of those early Disney movies, Son of Flubber, maybe. I like Son of Flubber, Kurt Russell. And I think Miracle, the role of Herb Brooks, was not an easy one to play. And I think he nailed it.
Killed it.
I mean, and obviously, pulling a Pliskin is now a term. I say when I'm doing the reverse Pliskin, it's when I'm going back to New York City to try to escape back into that crazy place. With no Ernest Borgnine picking me up in his taxi cab, by the way, with a chandelier.
Cabby, and that was, of course, Cabby, and it was I want to say the woman from Maud, the daughter
Adrienne
from
Barbeau.
Maud. Adrienne Barbeau was Brain's girlfriend. Anyway, but
Brain was the guy in Repo Man with Emilio Estevez. Check out Repo Man.
He was also Patrick Swayze's father in Red Dawn.
Really? Wow. Leah Thompson, by the way. Tell you what, a little power boost. I didn't like the remake. Why'd they remake that? Why'd they remake that? Why do you take a movie, some C. Thomas Howell? You had a lot of Brat Pack and things going on. You had Leah Thompson, you had Swayze, a very solid Powers Booth, and you try to remake that.
That's a great call with Powers Booth, but tremendous call. He was obviously the down pilot that they found. Anyway, so since you nailed the 81 Olympic gold medal team, I'm going to ask you this. What is the market analogy for that win in the semifinal game over the Soviet Union? Give it to me.
Right. It's not over until the fat lady sings, I guess. So the point is they had to then go beat Finland in the gold medal game. And just when you think you actually have seen that moment in the market that really is the promised land, you got to put your head down. You got to be careful. And this may be that time. Like, we know we're getting stimulus. We know it's been a difficult period, but here are interest rates. And I would posit, by the way, you like that word? I would posit.
Great job.
I'd posit that with rising interest rates going on, what's going on out there today, and really a trend over the last week as rates have gone higher, is there's been a lot of pressure on big cap tech, mega cap tech, FANG stocks, Apple, Amazon, Google, you name it. Those big four, Microsoft, are under pressure. And check me out here. Do rising rates usher in the demise of big cap tech, much like we saw the demise of the Soviet Union, and really that U.S. Olympic hockey team really was the catalyst.
The catalyst for that.
Thank you.
I think that's a fantastic. And I think the answer is absolutely yes, because I think 10-year yields, as I'm sitting here, about 1.37%.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that in a while, up from 52 basis points in August, and that 1.5 level, to me, is critical. That's going to be resistance on the way up, and we're going to get there, I think. And we'll see what happens if and when. But I think, to your point, rates go much higher than that. This big cap, these mega cap tech names come derailed, and then you wonder what happens to the broader market. Only because they're such a huge part of the broader market.
Where's the market leadership? And I'm going to extend the metaphor that much more. You'll notice that not one of those guys, not one. I mean, the closest might have been a Kenny Morrow.
Right.
Not one of those guys went on to fame and stardom in the NHL, right? They were part of a team. It made some sense. They were clearly, the team was much bigger than the sum of the parts. But the question really is, as you see this rotation into reflation trades, which I've been pretty bullish on for 6 to 9 months as of you. But I just wonder, does there have to be the next phase for this market guaranteed? And it was not guaranteed for these young gold medalists who are standing over my shoulder. One of the great pictures of all time. Can you see that? You know where I got that picture? I got that picture at a charity auction where I had a couple in me, and there was no price that they could have put on that thing that I wasn't going to pay.
You were taking it down. Yeah. Before we get out of here, I will tell you that Dave Silk had a cup of coffee with the New York Rangers, which I know you know. But to your point, Kenny Morrow, maybe Pavlich was a decent NHL player.
Mark Pavlich, yeah. I think Mark Pavlich was probably the closest thing. Jim Craig really didn't do much with the Bruins, and it was good that he went to the Bruins, by the way, because they that Boston accent, by the way. I mean,
let's just be honest. He was a third time I'm doing this sloppy goaltender all over the ice. Anyway, we got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow.
Nothing sloppy about you guys.
You bring up a great point about that 81. Is that inflation? We'll see. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Ciao.